Hello and welcome back to NerdAlert. I don't know why I said back because this is the first video of the week. So welcome back. This week I have a special guest reintroduced to you. Her name is Becca Scott Kerns. She is mostly known for eating half a donut and cheating all the time.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't cheat, and I eat the whole donut. It's just sometimes if it's stale, I'll put the other half back in the box for someone else to find. It's not a big deal. Anyway.
And besides that, she's also an actress and a host. So you're doing a lot of things around, and you're also an avid Game of Thrones watcher.
Oh,
as I recently
man.
discovered.
The biggest fan, read all the books, and that's why I'm most excited for this season because there is no book to tell me what's going to happen. Me give everyone spoilers beforehand.
I like it now that book readers have nothing to lord over everyone else, and we're all equals in the eyes of the show. And that's where we're going to go right away for our first story, which is, what is the deal with Melisandre? So in episode 1 of season 6, the Red Woman, understandably, she is a big focus, and she gets in an extended final scene in which we see her for who she truly is for the first time.
A naked 400-year-old woman.
Oh, look at herself, yes. It's an interesting thing to think about, which is we've had it hinted before that she's ancient or wise or older than she looks. And now we finally get to see what she looks like.
Here
There
it
she is. Looking herself in the eye.
Full frontal, old Melisandre nudity.
I woke up like this. This, when we look back at season 4, episode 7, you may think there's a discrepancy here because as we saw in this episode starting off season 6, she took off her necklace, and then that's when her beauty faded away, and we saw what is assumed to be her final form. You haven't even seen my final form.
Her true form, yes, because she has all this wisdom and all this power, and she must be keeping power to maintain her beauty. So my thought is, what if she has to give up her life and her age to bring Jon Snow back?
That's where I think this is going.
It's gotta.
It has to be.
It's gotta. She's the only one that is there, that's there with the body, and can bring him back to life.
Well, we also had the showrunner saying this is her taking a good long look at herself. Why would she be needing to contemplate who she is and where she stands if she's not going to do something major,
like maybe
or go sacrifice her own life?
Mm-hmm.
She's a little bit taken back in her faith as well. I mean, she knows Stannis is dead. I think Stannis is dead.
And she had seen Stannis as Azor Ahai in the fires, and she had seen Jon Snow having a longer life in the fires, and so
fighting at Winterfell.
Yeah, so she's questioning everything that she knew to be true from her Lord of Light, and so maybe she's seeing that she needs to give up her own life to make all these things fulfilled.
Maybe. It would be a lot considering how long her life has spanned and how powerful we assume she is. But this just does point out a little bit of a plot hole, perhaps, in the Game of Thrones continuity because she has been seen before without her necklace. So here she is in the bath.
Snap!
Season 4, episode 7. She's in the bath talking to Selyse. She's not wearing her necklace, but there are some interesting theories. See, look how weirded out Selyse is. It might not be that she's a prude. It might be because she's seeing something that perhaps we don't see.
I feel like she's seen Melisandre naked a ton of times, so that's a good theory.
We've seen those, to be fair, we've seen her boobs a lot. I've made a lot of eye
more than any other
contact
boobs,
with
I
them
might contend. Yeah.
in my life, including my own. But no.
You just get naked in front of the mirror with your eyes tight shut.
Yeah, but it's like, what is going on here? And there's a few Reddit theories that are going around.
I think it was a flub, and I think that they've come up with a clever backstory, which is that Selyse can see, because she's such a big believer, that it's fine. She can look at her, even in her true form, and still see the Melisandre she knows because her eyes are so clouded over with her belief in the Lord of Light and in Melisandre.
My reading was that she can see her for what she truly looks like, which is why she's so awkward and shocked. But we as the audience cannot see that at this point because we're not at her level, and also whatever, glamour, I know it's a vampire term, but it's the term people have been using, she's able to use would work on us as outsiders, but maybe not as Selyse. And she does go into a speech about believing and seeing and having true faith and looking into the fire, which would go hand in hand. If you rewatch that scene with that in your mind, it's a much more interesting scene.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
I mean, I've watched the whole series twice, but now I need to rewatch it with the new information we have. But alternate theory about the bathtub. What if, since she's under the water, we can't see everything, maybe she's wearing it like as a belly chain, an anklet. We don't know what's under those waters.
I thought you were going to say maybe she had put a potion in there and that she's
yeah.
bathing in it to keep herself youthful. There's another
Put
theory
it on Reddit.
that she was in the story of Duncan Egg as a different character, a sorceress who had been seen bathing in, I believe, blood. I don't have it on the top of my head right now, to keep herself youthful, and that maybe that was her, you know, because Duncan Egg takes place about a century before the current timeline of Game of Thrones.
Which she was probably a big player in.
She's still around if she's 400 years old somewhat, and she's still pretty strong at that point. So that could be a thing too. It could just be fancy bathwater.
It definitely could be fancy bathwater. And I really like the choice they made with the actress. I thought it was really visually an interesting choice when they could have just CGI'd a fake person that looked like a 1,000-year-old dragon woman or something. But they didn't. They went with a real actress so the age is still ambiguous. So I thought that was interesting.
Well, we don't know what a 400-year-old person looks like.
We don't.
So,
especially one with really good skincare products, obviously.
So, audience, what do you think is happening with Melisandre, and what do you think will happen to her? Are you aboard Becca's train of thought that she's done for? Or do you think something else is afoot? Let us know what you think below in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.